The word of the day for today, January 23rd, 2022, is inveigle. Inveigle. It's a verb, and it means to entice, lure, or snare by flattery or artful talk or inducements. I love the word inveigle. The origin on dictionary.com takes us through Old French. There are touches on Greek and connecting with the concept of being eyeless or without eyes, ab oculus. And I learned in reading this origin about this concept of calque, C-A-L-Q-U-E. Yeah, C-A-L-Q-U-E, which is when a translator or a group of language speakers translates a phrase, a word or phrase from one language into their own, but they do it literally. So it's like borrowing in that way. And there's one in the Lord of the Rings. The name Bag End is a calque of the French term cul-de-sac, which means bottom of the bag. So bag end. An interesting origin, and to go along with what I think is a very interesting and fun word. Inveigle, the examples are useful. One is a modern use, and one describes a historical, was an analysis of a narrative that describes a historical experience. The first one is fine. You have to know what it means to. Is less contextually helpful. The second one is a lot more helpful, although it includes additional vocabulary words for us all to look up. The second example is more closer to how I might use inveigle nowadays. The final passage from it says, "There really was an Abigail. She really did inveigle herself into the Queen's esteem, and the Duchess of Marlborough really was incensed." And that's from Anthony Lane in the New Yorker in 2018, writing about The Favorite. So this reminds me is to inveigle yourself into a place. Of course, you would do that. That's literally. You may also, though, and this is important, as you if you use this word in writing, or not, you may want to think about how your characters inveigle themselves into different scenarios, relationships, things like that, circumstances, right? So your fast talking, kind of roguish character may inveigle themselves into the good graces of, just as Anthony Lane talks about, of a monarch, of someone with power who needs to be distracted or brought over to your protagonist's side or something like that. So your rogue engages in some artful talking, some enticing, some flattery, inveigling themselves into the good graces of that powerful person. Or there's a trope that I've seen where they induce the character into distraction. So a tour of the castle, a tour of the facility, that kind of a thing. It could be you could inveigle your way into their good graces by asking them about pictures of their family. I think I've seen that one as well, right? And so that's a figurative use of it. And also, even if you don't use the word inveigle, which I think you should because it's so fun, it can help you think about how your characters are going to behave, how you might solve a problem or create a problem. Because that inveigling that fails could be both interesting for a character who tends to use artful talking and that kind of thing to get what they want. Maybe if it fails, there may be opportunity for character development. Also, interesting. I mean, that's interesting enough, isn't it?